Hey guys, Jason here for TheChartGuys, finally home. After so many weeks of recording in weird places and weird situations, we're finally back. So we're taking a look at gold, and what I'm going to do today is walk through a few of the setups that we saw develop over the last several days that I was not available. I wanted to talk about those, and we're going to read for what gold is doing right now. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. And what's most important is we got some serious highs and lows that we need to watch for. We've established ourselves a little bit of a range. So right now we got 3 points I want to look at. We got a high 1439, low 1381, and we got a lower high confirmed at 1437. So what we're looking at is the potential for a equilibrium to be forming up on the daily time frame. What we need for this to follow through is going to be a confirmation that this is going to be our higher low. What that means is we're going to come down, we're going to pull up and see a couple candles with nice increases and a clear indication that the bulls are pulling away from this low. What that will do is we'll set this up as our higher low, and then we have 4 points we are confirmed inside an EQ, and we will play these levels because they're going to be very important for us moving forward. Should we get this nice higher low set up, confirm at 1387.676. So let's go talk about the 4-hour time frame, see what we can discern. Not a lot of extra information in here, simply showing us that we've got our lower highs, higher lows, and we got two sort of parallel channels here, and I'm going to draw these in really ugly because I don't want you to play them. But this is sort of how the price moves a lot of times. We get a big uptrend, we get our counter trend, we move up into the next channel, and we sort of do that move. So this is very possible. We'll see the same sort of outcome where we break up over this trend line, come up and we get a higher low, continue down, that sort of thing, tightening those ranges up over time. So that's just one of the things that you can look for to see if that's actually going to follow through. So if we go and do that for real, draw in our trend line for our resistance, take that parallel line, find ourselves a nice support, and all we're looking for is for these two lines to contain the vast majority of our price action. And then I'm going to go do the same thing over here. Let's look and see if we can find ourselves a nice channel this way that contains most of our price action. And there you go. That sort of thing. We got two different trend line channels, one more aggressive than the other, but ultimately what do? They put us in a situation where we're looking for that daily EQ. So that's all I'm watching for right now. Hopefully we're going to hold 1386.676 and have a nice move back to the upside. RSI is right in the middle of the range, 39.65 on the 4-hour time frame, 40 on the hourly. Daily time frame is nice and healthy at 58, cooled off nicely there. So that's pretty much it right now. What I wanted to look at the hourly time frame was something cool from back here on July 3rd. Look at this absolutely perfect run to 1437, a pullback. We get a lower high, and then we get a nice tightening range where we're staying really inside that. And I'm going to zoom in to make this a little bit better. So here's that range that I'm looking at. So here's our 1437. Let's go ahead, mark in that low, 1421. We come back up here, double top, come back down, double bottom. Finally, we break that level, and then that dump just ensues. So nice pennant, almost in equilibrium. But what's important is you're getting those ranges established, and you're going back and forth between those ranges, and then finally a key level snaps, and the price moves aggressively to the downside, right where it should after such an aggressive move to the upside on the hourly time frame. RSI was way up at 89.50. So it's these little patterns that we're using when we're trying to determine what's going on. Nice tightening range, breaks to the downside, got a little bit of an ascending wedge with a quick overthrow, failure to break resist, comes back down, a lot of counter trends, and consolidation that carries out in that daily. Now we're seeing the potential for a good EQ setup. So that's what we'll be watching and monitoring as we move forward over the next 5 days this week. And hopefully we get something very, very cool happen here. Short-term supports 1386.676. If we lose that today, not a big deal, or the next 24 hours, because that will just mean we're going to adjust our low because this is not a confirmed higher low yet. However, if we lose 1381.904, that is going to be a loss of this daily trend, and it's going to be a daily downtrend, in which case our next support on the daily time frame is way over here at 1333. So we move pretty aggressively, pretty quickly. Not likely that we're going to flush all the way to that level, but losing a major support is going to require us to spend some time in the area of 1350 to establish a new support. For resistance, should we suddenly somehow break over 1439, our next major area of resistance for me, I'm going to be looking for this high, 1485. Let's turn our magnet on, make sure we're getting the right 1488. Let's just call it 1488. That would be a good resistance. If somehow this turns into a bull flag, which I do not think it is based on these upper wicks, I'd like to see tighter ranges on these consolidation candlesticks. But should we break 1439 on a nice healthy development of our daily equilibrium, 1488 would not be too far of a stretch for those bulls to reach in relatively short order. So for that, again, I'll be watching for a break of 1437.80 and 1439.318. And on a $1,500 ticker, those are pretty much that same area of resistance that we are going to be concerned about. So that's it for me today. So happy to be back. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to doing these. I'm going to go take a look at some other metal-related tickers and see if we can't start incorporating some of that action as well. Thanks again.